Hello everybody, this is your coach of the Eon Guardians, and welcome to Week 2 of the Eon Draft Association Luster Purge Division. This week we are going to be taking on the Middletown Mimikyus and Coach Needlemouse for our Week 2 battle. Last week we were able to get a nice 4-0 victory over our opponent thanks to Terra Electric Mew putting on a clinic. And so we are going to be looking for a way to continue our strong start. Our team is at the top, and our opponent's is at the bottom here. Our team has remained the same, but my opponent's team has Greninja, Gouging Fire, Ogre Pond Cornerstone, Volcarona, Swampert, Iron Jugulus, Raichu Alola, Scrafty, Goodra, Munchlax, and Terra Screamtail. So they have some scary Pokemon. They have some scary setup threats on their team. Primarily a Battle Bond Greninja, or like Gouging Fire is really scary. Volcarona can always get out of hand, and then that Sturdy on Ogre Pond can make sure it trades 1-for-1 on just about anything it wants to. They have a very weird Terror Captain, in my opinion, in Screamtail. It feels odd. I'm not too sure what to predict on that. I think Terra Steel is pretty likely. Terra Normal Boom Burst could also come. But I think we have the squad to beat our opponents this week. So let's get into it. Our first Pokemon is going to be the one that's on your screen. Meowscarada is the first Pokemon once again. Running almost actually the exact same 4 moves as week 1. Except it's running the Choice Scarf. Meowscarada is here to revenge anything that's either low or weak to one of its moves. Choice Scarf ensures that it is faster than my opponent's entire team, even when they're at +1. So like that Battle Bond Greninja, a +1 Gouging Fire, +1 Ogre Pond, or like a +1 Volcarona. This is mainly here for a Revenger onto that Greninja. But again, it can also revenge lowered threats. So that's our Meowscarada. For our second this week is going to be Terra Captain Mew. Mew this week has a pretty cool set. It's running Close Combat, Earthquake, Rock Slide, and Dragon Dance with Terra Fighting this week. Holding the Lumberry. It's max attack, max speed, and 4 defense with Jolly Nature. The combination of Terra Fighting, Close Combat, Earthquake, and Rock Slide is very hard for my opponent to switch into. And then being able to Dragon Dance up in front of certain things also really helps. This is going to be our main win condition in this matchup. Or it could also break for Meowscarada to clean, or the rest of our team to clean as well. But there's our Mew. Our third mon we're going to be bringing is Iron Treads. Iron Treads is running Earthquake, Knockoff, Rapid Spin, and Stealth Rock, holding the Occaberry with 160 HP, 120 attack, 20 special defense, and 208 speed with the Jolly Nature. Third Pokemon in a row that's Jolly. I promise they're not all Jolly. My opponent, if you look at their team, they have no hazard removal. So Stealth Rocks, once they go up, they're there to stay. Now, my opponent, I expect them to be boots on things like the Gouging Fire and the Volcarona. But things like that Ogre Pond can't be boots, so that just breaks Sturdy on switching, unless they lead it to as a sacrificial lead. Rapid Spin helps me get rid of like sacrificial lead spikes from like a Greninja or an Ogre Pond, or rocks from a Swampert. Occaberry can help me revenge a setup Gouging Fire if it's not Earthquake, and a low Volcarona. This also comes in on a Raichu Alola if it ever wants to come in, and it also switches in on most sets of Screamtail. So for fourth mon, it's another Pokemon that's running Jolly. It's our Dragonite. Running Scale Shot, Extreme Speed, Earthquake, Dragon Dance, and the Heavy Duty Boots. With 8 HP, 252 attack, 4 special defense. 8 HP, 252 attack, and 244 speed. 4 special defense isn't supposed to be there. So this is another like breaker. It can also kind of a breaker and a revenger. If you can't tell, my team is built around revenging their setup threats mainly. Scale Shot and Earthquake are very largely unresisted hits for my opponent. And Extreme Speed is nice to pick something off that's low, even if I don't find the chance to Dragon Dance up. So there's our Dragonite. It can even come in on things like the Swampert or the Volcarona to kind of take those hits. There's our Swampert. Our 5th Mon. Finally, our first Mon that's not Jolly. This is our sacrificial lead Gengar, holding the Shadow Ball, or holding the Focus Sash with Shadow Ball, Sludge Wave, Energy Ball, and Toxic Spikes. Kind of builds onto the fact they have no hazard removal. My opponent also has no natural poison type. So unless that Scream Tail is Terra Poison, these Toxic Spikes are there to stay as well. And I only really need one to make sure that things can stay in check. I really need that Toxic Spike for the Scream Tail to get poisoned if it's not Boots. Because otherwise, I actually have a rough time kind of immediately breaking it, a defensive Scream Tail, with this team. But this is going to be great for something like the Greninja or something like the Godric Fire. Also for the Ogerpon, which is going to get sturdy broken by the Stealth Rocks and the Toxic Spikes. Swampert doesn't want to get poisoned either. This is our sacrificial lead. The plan is always lead this. It never dies to something they lead. If they lead something like the Ogerpon, they want us to get Spike up. Cool, I get Toxic Spike, and then I break its sturdy with Sludge Wave or Shadow Ball. So there's Gengar. Finally, we're bringing in an Assault Vest Primarina with Surf, Moonblast, Energy Ball, and Flip Turn. EVs are wrong on this one. This is meant to be... This Primarina is meant to be 248 HP, 116 defense, 72 special attack, and 64 speed F and 8 speed. This thing is mainly my Revenger, my defensive switch-in to like something like the Greninja or the Volcarona if it's not carrying Giga Drain. Can kind of come in, pivot around, and again, can even come in on that Iron Jugulus or like a defensive String Tail as well if I need it to. This thing's kind of just my bulky pivot for the week. And yeah, those are the 6 I am bringing this week, and I will be right back with the battle. Alright, and here we are with the battle. Alright. Pretty much the team I expected. Fire, Volcarona, Ogerpon, Cornerstone, Swampert, Scream Tail, Terra Steel, Scream Tail. So, I mean, my plan here is we always lead Gengar to get my T-Spike up. I'll go have fun to my opponent, and we'll see how this goes. No Battle Bond, that's the Greninja. Get my T-Spike up. Specs should never kill me on Water Shirk, on anything. Yep, there's Dark Pulse. You are really not Battle Bond. Wonder if you're Life Orb or if you're still Specs. So Dark Pulse is going to be your click again. I'm going to Prim. I want to save my sack on Gengar. Yep. 363 to 313. Did 14%. That's Specs. Okay. I'm gonna Flip Turn. Girl is what, Screamtail? Ogre Pawn, that's great for me. Move on. Stone. Masquerada kills. So yeah, I'm gonna do that. U-turn should kill this. I don't think I need to risk the triple axle here. Yep, so Ogre Pawn Cornerstone goes down. That's the first kill of the match for us. In this position, I'm gonna go back into Gengar. The only things faster are Screamtail and Greninja. Gouging Fire. Don't be Boots. Okay, your Boots. I mean, sure, no bulk. Sludge Wave should do more to this, right? Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna get my chip off. Yeah, you are. Oh, I get the poison anyways. That's big. We're gonna see Flare Blitz. Okay. So Gengar goes down. It's fine, it did its job, got chip on gouging, and he got a toxic spike up. I'm pretty freely going to treads here. Yeah, I'm gonna Earthquake. Yep, Gouging Fire goes down. Big threat out of the way. Swampert or Volcarona probably comes in next. Or Gren could also come in. Volcarona's probably gonna be Boots. That Screamtail isn't Boots, that Poison's gonna be nice. Terra Steel and you're not. Your specs, you get poisoned here. Yep. Into Primarina I go. Could be clicking U-turn here. Nope, they're just gonna click Surf. Fine with me. And I mean, you don't have a resist. This is your resist to Surf, and I don't think you're gonna stay in. If Volcarona comes in on a Surf, does it just die? If it's not Boots, it will. You don't have a Surf resist. Cool is the Screamtail. No Boots. Big. Okay. Very bulky. Leftovers. Okay. Okay. In this instance, I'm gonna flip turn, get my chip. We're gonna Terra Steel. Perfect. They're gonna click Wish. Okay. So they're probably a Wish Protect variant. They're gonna get all their health back in this next turn. What I can do is I can take this opportunity to get my rocks up. Yep, there's the protect. So your wish teched leftovers, you're poisoned. I mean, after this, I can just earthquake pretty freely. I have Akaberry still intact if they want to use flamethrower on me. I'm gonna click earthquake. For like fast utility, how much is earthquake doing? Doing over half if you're just max HP. You don't have a ground resist, so earthquake is pretty free. And a wish trap, fine. Yeah, that's fine. So they are faster than I am. They're probably going to protect this next turn. I mean, they have to. There's no reason for me to not click earthquake. Yeah. I mean, it dies to another earthquake, I think, after poison. I'm gonna just click earthquake. And a wish they're gonna let me take this thing down. So down goes their Terror Captain. Treads picks up a second. Swampert comes out. It's not boots, so now it's poisoned. It's incredible. We're going to be Asperata here. Muddy water. My accuracy. Leftovers. Or sorry, that's wish, sorry. This thing could be Rindo. Do I die? No, I wouldn't die to like a no-invest Ice Beam. Let me see a Rindo pop off here in a moment. No, no Rindo. This dies. Yep, Nosferatu picks off its kill. It's its kill here. Second kill for Meow. Swampert goes down. No battle bond. Okay. I just flower trick again. Yep. So Gren goes down. Nosferatu gets its third. Now Verona comes out. Volcarona isn't boots. Interesting. Well, I'm just gonna go into Dragonite here then. Yeah, Fire Dance. 325 to 288. Did 21% to me. It's probably max special attack. Yeah. There's no reason for me to risk the miss here. I'm just gonna Earthquake. And that should, give us the win in week 2. Cool. So, due to my opponent, they have some very key setup threats in their team. Glad we could get through it. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you all next week for week 3.